Hello friends, it's DJ Rachel and I am very excited to bring you today's video. Recently I picked up a dual pack of these Sabinetek SmartMike Plus microphones to use for my video vlogging. I am currently still diving into all the features of this mic and its app, and there's a lot to it. So I have a full tutorial coming once I have all of this mastered. Today, I just want to focus on using these microphones with third-party apps like YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram Live. This is not a paid video or endorsed. I'm simply doing this because I had so much trouble figuring out how to pair these in MS mode and use it with Facebook Live that I figured once I figured it out, I would be kind enough to share it with the world. So this video is going to give you step-by-step instructions to get these up and running with ease while using it with a third-party app. So let's dive in. Now before we begin, let's take a look at what comes in the dual Sabinetek SmartMike Plus kit. So within this larger box, you will find two smaller ones that each contain one smart mic apiece. I am currently wearing the other one to record this video, and it also has all these accessories that you see here. A quick word about this manual. It isn't very helpful. It is missing a ton of information, and they've updated the mic so much that this almost isn't relevant. Now, they do have a lot of great information available online in their forums. Their customer service is very responsive, and I do believe they have released a new updated digital manual, but this one is pretty worthless. It also comes with two furry windscreens as well as two pop filters. You'll find a carry case for each of the mics. I somehow managed to lose one of these already. I don't plan on using it anyway, but you will find a case for the smart mic. You'll also see that there are two in-ear monitoring pieces for each smart mic that can easily be plugged into the 3.5mm jack at the end for real-time in-ear monitoring, as well as two micro USB charging cables that also get plugged directly into the mic to charge these up. And lastly, these two 3.5mm auxiliary wires, which I will discuss in just a minute. Now the two-pack comes with these two audio wires, and to the untrained eye, they look identical. In fact, this was the first mistake I made. I didn't pay attention to the cables. I tried to use this in MS mode and I couldn't figure it out. So I reached out to the manufacturer and they politely told me I was using the wrong cable. So I don't want you to make the same mistake I did. So we're going to talk about these two wires, what the differences are, and when you should use one over the other. Now looking at the end connectors, you can see that one has two black rings and the other has three. That's where the big difference is. So let's start with the one with the two rings. This is called a male TRS cable. TRS stands for tip, ring, sleeve. The tip is positive, the ring is negative, and the sleeve is the ground. Now this is capable of stereo audio to something like your PC or a GoPro camera. This will not incorporate the use of the microphone. Now, if we come to the other cable, you guessed it, this is called a TRS auxiliary wire. This has the tip, right and left audio channel, as well as the ground. So this is the cable you're going to need to use if you're looking to use this with any third-party app in MS mode. So remember, grab the one with the three rings, not the two. Now let's take a step-by-step look on how to pair two SmartMike Pluses in MS mode so that you can use it with your third-party apps like Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube. Now before we get these paired to use in MS mode, an important step is to make sure that these microphones are not connected to the SmartMike Plus app or the cell phone. Now when I was reading the instructions, nowhere did it say to make sure that these were not paired with the phone. And I drove myself crazy trying to figure this out. So once again, after doing some research, I realized that the trick was to either turn the Bluetooth off on the phone or simply disconnect the mics first. Once they have been disconnected from the phone, we can now begin to pair these in MS mode. So right here I have everything laid out. You're going to need an Apple dongle. You're also going to need the TRRS cable, 2 SmartMike Pluses, and I highly recommend using the pop filter. So the first thing we do is have to take one of these mics and hold the side red button for approximately 12 to 15 seconds. I'm going to be looking at this LED here, and I'm waiting for this to start flashing red and green very quickly. That will let me know that this is now in pairing mode. Next, I'm going to take the other smart mic and hold this for approximately 3 to 5 seconds so that this is flashing blue quickly. And then now I'm waiting for the 2 of these to pair and enter breathing mode. Now you know these are in breathing mode because you'll see that this is starting to flash green nice and slow, and this is flashing blue nice and slow. So now these are now paired up and in MS mode. The last thing worth mentioning for setup is which microphone goes where. So the one flashing green, that is the one that is now the receiver and gets attached to the cell phone. The one flashing blue should get the pop filter, and this is the one you will be wearing. Now to attach this, all we have to do is plug in the TRRS audio wire, attach the Apple dongle like so. It's important to make sure that everything is pushed in and connected appropriately, and then plug this into the cell phone. Now that we know how to pair these together, you may be asking, how do I know if it actually works? So I have 2 tips on how to make sure that you have properly put these in MS mode. The first is to take the earbud that came with the kit and put it in your ear. Make sure to plug in the other end into the receiver mic. Now, once again, the receiver mic is the one that is going to be attached directly to your cell phone. Now take the other microphone that should be paired to the receiver mic and talk into it. If you can hear whatever you're doing in this mic in your earbud, then you know that they have been properly paired. The other tip that I have to make sure that things sound good and are working is record a video directly onto your smartphone. What I mean is, do not use the SmartMike Plus app. Plug in the receiver mic to your phone as directed, speak into the one that you will be wearing. If you're able to record a video directly to your cell phone without using the SmartMike Plus app and it sounds great, you know that they are properly paired and are ready to use on any third-party platform such as Facebook Live or Instagram. Now that we have everything paired and connected, the next step is to plug this into our phone. This is done right through the lightning port here at the bottom. Simply plug this assembly in and you're good to go. Now, a problem is obviously this dangling. This poses a risk of coming unplugged, or if you're using a selfie stick and walking around, you have the thing banging around. We don't want that. So a tip I have for you all is to take the clip on the SmartMike Plus and simply click this to the Apple dongle. Now it is not hanging and there's no risk of this actually coming unplugged with any movement while recording. I went on Facebook Live twice to try out the SmartMike Plus and see how it worked and how it sounded. Luckily, I have a great community of friends that tuned into that live feed that helped me get real-time feedback on how this microphone sounded. Now, most people said that it sounded good, but it was a little hot, meaning it was a bit loud and distorted. So let's take a look at a clip from my first Facebook Live session with the SmartMike Plus, and you're going to be able to hear the difference between how this sounds now and how it sounded on Facebook Live before I knew how to make a real-time adjustment. All right, so now for this test, I'm actually going to jog a little bit. I'm going to see, I'm curious how much background noise it picks up from my feet hitting the pavement. You know, how the breathing sounds, if you hear the airplane going over right now. I want to see how sensitive this mic is. So, all right, so I'm going to kind of pick up the pace. I'm going to go for a little jog and tell me kind of what you hear. If you hear rustling from my clothing, if it's distorting, I want to know how it sounds when I'm really active. All right, for anyone just tuning in, I am trying out this. First of all, I'm out of breath because I just jogged. So here's what we're doing. I'm trying out this wireless Bluetooth mic. This is going to be featured in a product review. Oh my God, I'm so out of breath. I had to buy 2 of these. I had to put them in master slave mode. So I'm wearing one and one is the receiver. So now I put this down
and I'm going to step away from it just to kind of show you that it's not the iPhone. And I'm kind of far away right now. I obviously can't read comments, but I will be able to see thumbs and hearts from where I am. So if this sounds good, start smashing the thumbs and hearts so I can see it, that this is still working from this far away and it sounds clear despite my weird heavy breathing.
Now, when you're using this microphone outside of the SmartMike Plus app, you do lose some of the functionality that you have within that app to dial this in. Now, the first time that I used this, I didn't realize that I was actually able to adjust the gain in real time by simply tapping this side red button. Every time you push this, this will lower the volume of the microphone down 1 notch. Now, through reviewing the footage, which I will show you in just a second, I realized that most people liked the level of the second click, meaning it was at its loudest, I pushed it once, and it lowered the volume down just enough for it to level out and sound perfect. Now we're going to take a look at the live footage from my second Facebook live stream, getting real-time feedback from my viewers, and you're going to see a big difference by hitting that side red button and just lowering the gain a little bit. Okay, Facebook, I am back again. I think I may have found a solution to the previous comments where people said that the mic sounded good, but it was a little hot. By hitting the button on the receiver, I can lower the volume. It still sounds crunchy, still sounds a little loud. Way hot is what I heard. Okay, so that's what I thought. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the button on the side of this. Give me a thumbs up if you hear a difference. And I have no idea if I need to hold this or just simply press it once. So did that one push help? So just give me again some thumbs up, some hearts. Hopefully this fixed the problem. What you did now worked. It's all good now. Awesome. I'm curious how many different levels there are with this. So how many times I could hit this button and how quiet it gets. Thank you so much for everyone tuning in. This is so helpful to me. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this button one more time and tell me if it's a lot lower, a little lower, way too low. Okay, so I'm going to hit it again. Okay, I just hit the button and I think I lowered it again. Is this significantly lower than the volume you just were hearing? I have no idea how many times I can lower this. There is no visual aid, which is a little frustrating. So I'm hearing turn it up. All right, so I'm going to hit it one more time. Let me know if this made it quieter or louder. Okay, I just hit the button one more time. I am sorry if this is blasting anybody's ears out. The point here is, folks, is you can adjust this. I thought by not having access to the app, I didn't know you could do that, but they have built it in. So this seems to be much, much better, which makes me very happy. I'm sure you were able to hear a huge difference in the sound quality once I figured out how to dial in the gain. Another tip I have that I didn't even think of when I went on Facebook Live is to use that in-ear monitor that they give you. If I had this plugged into my microphone when I was live, I would have been able to hear the distortion and the drop in the levels. It was a learning curve. I didn't even think of it, so this is my tip to you to make sure that you're using the in-ear pieces that are provided so that you can tell how your microphone is sounding to your live audience. I was also just informed that there was a huge firmware update on the noise reduction feature that now works directly with third-party apps by simply double-clicking the receiver piece. This greatly reduces ambient noise like outdoor wind or maybe wind noise in a car or any other type of noisy environment, and it enhances things like vocals or birds or other things that you'd want to hear while filtering out the rest. That's gonna wrap up this walkthrough on the Sabinetek SmartMike Plus and how to use this in MS mode with third-party apps. If you found this video helpful, please do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this. I really appreciate all the support. I also want to say one last huge thank you to my Facebook friends for tuning in to 2 separate Facebook Live feeds to help me dial this in to bring you the tutorial that you are seeing today. As always, stay well, stay safe, and we'll see you next time.